We're going to describe the different levels of prep real quick and demonstrate each of those methods. The first, as we talked about, if trash is just small imperfections, maybe a little roller fuzz or something from the previous paint job, we can just simply use a sanding sponge, maybe an 80 grit or 100 grit. We just go over the wall and feel it with one hand, sand out any of the imperfections. And this is a quick, easy way if you don't have the level of imperfections that we have. So it's just simply sanding. See here where we've got a couple nail pops coming out. And again, we'll just do this in stages. We want to make sure we're very organized, and we'll go in strips across the wall and we'll sand the entire wall. Now again, in this particular case, we do have a little bit more imperfections than we want to deal with a sanding sponge. So we're going to go to our electric palm sander and we'll show you how much quicker that can be. We're going to take a look here at the sanding sponge. Now I just sanded a very small area here, and you can see how much of this blue paint dusty residue is already on the sponge. So this could end up being a disaster. You could have light blue dust on everything in the kitchen. So we'll emphasize again using the dust-free sanding equipment wherever it's available. And obviously we won't have to mess with this dust. We're going to use our FS 500 from Black & Decker. Again, hole punch, so all the dust is vacuum captured through the hose and into our commercial vacuum containing a dust collecting bag. This is another good example of just how effective this sander can be. This is a place that is just tremendously textured, and we'll go ahead and sand that and show you how quickly that can be sanded down. And again, as you can see, all the dust was vacuum captured, very little debris on the base of the sander. Another thing we want to emphasize again, use the Norton 3X sandpaper. Just regular sandpaper is going to gum up and get very sticky when you're sanding acrylic paint. And that's one of the great features of the Norton. It cuts a lot better, and it also does not get gummy and sticky when you're sanding either latex on your trim or acrylic or latex on your walls. Okay, as we discussed, there's a lot of imperfections in these walls, and we've really got a lot of sanding to do. So we're going to pull out the model 7800 drywall sander from Porter Cable. Now this is, again, we've described it earlier, but vacuum capturing all the sanding dust. It's very quick. This head turns at 2,000 RPM, so we're going to sand this wall really quick, and you'll see how easy it is. Again, this unit's available for rent in most of our affiliate stores. If you have trouble locating it, just come to our website. Let's get started. Okay, now you'll notice I'm sanding with the unit vertically above my head. This is a very natural motion, and we'll go as far as we can on this wall. Then as we come down around shoulder height, we're going to turn the unit horizontally. It's just a lot easier to hold it this way than to try to bend this way back. So we'll sand the next section like this, and then we'll come to our bottom and hold the unit vertically again. Finish sanding this wall really quick. Now we mentioned the 3X sandpaper. We don't have a 3X version for this particular unit, so you may see some of the paint occasionally start gumming up on the disc. When that happens, we either scrape the disc off and continue sanding, or we remove the Velcro disc and replace it with a fresh abrasive. Usually one disc will be enough to sand about a 20-foot by 8-foot tall wall, and you'll need a separate disc for each wall. We'll finish this wall up, begin prepping our trim, and we'll be ready for the next step.